Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening. My name is Shlomi Dinar, and I'm the dean here at the Stephen J. Green School of International and Public Affairs. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to this opening reception for the Uncaptive Mind, a truly extraordinary exhibition. The Green School is blessed to have partners who make this kind of programming possible. I would like to thank Lady Blanka Rosenstiel, the Honorary Consul to Poland and founder and president of the American Institute of Polish Culture, and Beata Paszic, Honorary Vice Consul to Poland and the Institute's Executive Director, for their support and collaboration on this and many other events that we have worked on together. We're sorry that Lady Blanka could not join us this evening. She sponsors our lecture series on Poland, which this exhibition is part of. And in a little while, we'll be hearing from Rodrigo Butori, who curated this exhibition. I'd like to welcome His Excellency Marek Magierowski, Poland's ambassador to the United States. We were honored to have Ambassador Magierowski present a talk this morning on his nation's vital shifting role in Europe's geopolitical landscape. And I'd also like to welcome the ambassador's wife, Anna, who's here with us as well today. If we could please, a round of applause to these distinguished guests. The event tonight is also co-sponsored by the Ruth K. and Shepard Broad Distinguished Lecture Series, the Václav Havel Program for Human Rights and Democracy, and the Dorothea Green Lecture Series. Even at first glance, it's apparent that the Uncaptive Mind is a very special collection. It showcases prime examples of the Polish School of Posters, a vibrant, creative, and innovative movement. And while the artwork on its own is brilliant, it also stands as a testament to the role of art in the pursuit of freedom. Many of the posters use camouflage and irony to comment on the oppression of the Soviet communist regime, and it reflects the spirit of the Polish people in defense of liberty. The artistry and social consciousness of the Polish School of Posters set a standard in graphic design and cultural resonance that is every bit as powerful today as when these works were created some 40 to 70 years ago. Before I call to the podium Beata Paszic, I also want to thank one other individual, and that's Pedro Bota. Because Pedro, you have worked so hard on this exhibit. In fact, as of today, he was even touching up paint on the walls, making sure everything was just ready to go. So Pedro, thank you for all the work that you've done. Thank you for all your team's work on this exhibit and many of today's events as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce Beata Paszic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. On behalf of Lady Blanka Rosenstiel, who could not be here today, I would like to warmly welcome you and thank you for coming to the exhibition even in this gloomy and very rainy evening. Thank you so much. The Uncaptive Mind. The title came to me as the juxtaposition to Nobel Prize winner Czesław Miłosz's book, The Captive Mind. I believe that Uncaptive Mind captures the essence of this exhibition. The posters shown here today were created by Uncaptive Minds. The artists who demonstrated incredible talent, creativity, and intelligence. What makes these pieces even more intriguing is the paradox they embody. The artists who created those posters were commissioned and paid by the state, notably the Communist Ministry of Culture. Yet, in those posters, they were able to convey anti-communist messages of resilience. The secret lies in Uncaptive mind's ability to smuggle the subliminal message that the not-so-intelligent minds of the communists and the censorship were not able to detect. Only the uncaptive mind is able to unveil the truth. Allow me to share with you how this exhibit came into being. The concept was born at the birthday party of, at that time, 9-year-old Sophia, who is a friend of my daughter Nell, who is here. As we entered her house, both of her parents, both Brazilian, Patricia and Rodrigo, welcomed us. And I was in awe when I saw what adorned their walls. There were Polish posters from the 50s through 80s, the very ones that you're able to see today. Rodrigo Butori is internationally renowned graphic designer and creative director and has an incredible passion and high knowledge of Polish posters. So right there at the kids' birthday party, I declared, one day we'll create an exhibition with those posters, and you're staying in the midst of this realization. Over 30 of those posters are part of the collection of Rodrigo. The rest belongs to the American Institute of Polish Culture. The uncaptive mind also implies that Poland, despite being behind the Iron Curtain and oppressed by Russia from 1945 to 1989, the nation of Poland always remained free. Poland's solidarity movement, with its legendary leader Lech Wałęsa and other factors, contributed to the end of communism in Poland and beyond. Poland reached out to other countries for help, including the United States. Today, over 30 years later, Poland stands proud, reaching out to other countries and helping them, especially Ukraine, after Ukraine was brutally invaded almost 2 years ago. At the end of this exhibition, on my left, you see a poster of a contemporary artist, Rafał Olbiński, who created it when the war broke out. This poster symbolizes the help that Poland gives to Ukraine. The swallow bearing the colors of the flag, Ukrainian flag, and the heart showing the compassionate heart of Poland. So all of those vintage posters that you see today were created when Poland was under the Russian regime, and today we're in the position to help others to get those oppressors away from them. I would like to thank the ambassador for coming to Miami, and his wife, and the chief of the economic department in the embassy. I would like to thank all of you that came today, despite the weather. Many thanks to the FIU team, Dean Shlomi Dinar, Pedro, Dana, Jeanette, Christine. Thank you for all your help. And to my team, Agnieszka, at the American Institute of Polish Culture, I would like to say thank you for creating this, what is, I believe, an unforgettable experience. But most of all, thanks to Lady Blanka, without whom none of this would be possible. It is her love for Poland and the promotion of Poland that we're able to create programs like that that enrich lives. We like to thank our sponsors for the food, drinks, and now without further ado, I would like that you give a very warm welcome to our ambassador that will officially open the exhibit.
So I'm officially opening the exhibit. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rodrigo. It's an honor, it's a privilege for me to open this exhibit. First of all, I have to warn you, this is very graphic. You may complain about the traditional Polish character or nature, that we have and we cultivate our vices. We are too melancholic, we bicker all the time, maybe we even drink too much. But there are a few things we really excel at, and graphic art is definitely one of them. It's top-notch, and it has always been. We have always been in the top league in terms of this kind of art, and especially movie posters. There are so many countries now in the world which try to promote themselves through culture, art, tourism, and they coin slogans, very concise, in order to impress the world's public. I have one for Poland. Everything is possible in Poland. How about that? And I would illustrate this particular slogan with one picture, namely the bird wearing a tuxedo and riding a bike at the same time. Everything is possible in Poland, as you can see. Even a bird, this is probably the only bird wearing a tuxedo and riding a bike simultaneously in the world. So thank you very much again, and enjoy. Thank you.
And now I would also like to introduce to you Rodrigo Butori, the curator and owner of most of those posters.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming. So my name is Rodrigo Butori, and some of you might know me as the creative director. Some of you may know me as the plastic fisherman. Some of you may know me as a neighbor. But very few of you probably know me as a collector of Polish posters. The thing is, during this almost 3 decades in advertising, I learned that creativity and design have this very, very special power of transformation, right? Combined, creativity and design can turn any moment into an opportunity. They can turn a message into an invitation, and they can turn an image into a change agent, as you can see here, and a frown into a smile. As an advertising creative professional, I strive to create work that not only answered a business challenge, but also made that brief moment between a brand and its audience more enjoyable, more memorable, and more meaningful. To me, creativity and design are much more than skill sets, right? Or in my case, much more than a career choice. They tap into this core human desire to build, to grow, and to improve ourselves and our communities. Whether we express it through paintings, through music, through writings, or through sound, doesn't matter. What matters is that we put it to good use. So the Polish School of Posters, in my opinion, is a clear testament to that. During a moment of heavy oppression, a group of extraordinary graphic artists in Poland found their purpose and a way to promote freedom through their art, through the unique marriage of form and content, and showcasing the unbreakable spirit of the human mind and the unlimited potential of creativity. So my obsession with them started actually 20 years ago. I was living in Los Angeles at that time, And one night I was working and researching, some work for advertising, some graphics for advertising, and I found there was a poster, that red poster over there. I saw that on Google, and I was, oh my God, this is so unique. Where did that come from, right? And I started like diving into that, into that hole, and then I learned about, all the artists, that you see in this show here: Zelek, Swersey, Gorka, Hilscher, and others that use their skill not to only create powerful eye-stopping messages, but like Beata said, they also convey subliminal messages in the work and commenting on, the state that they were under. So, all to say that 20 years later, after I saw that, a year later after I first saw that poster, I was on a business trip in Europe, and I walked by this very, very small antique shop, and I saw the same poster on the window. And I was like, oh my God, what is this poster doing over here? Why is it over here? So I immediately walked into that shop, and I asked the owner of the shop, I was like, you're the first person that's ever asked me about this poster. I was like, oh really? He's like, yeah, and I have 1,000 of them in the back. You want to check them out? I was like, wait, what? So I immediately walked with that guy, to the back of his shop. It was an older man actually, and it was this dusty, piles of poster after poster after poster that he inherited from a friend, a Polish friend, and he had them over there. He was like, you want to buy some of them? I was like, yeah, sure. So sure enough, 3 hours later, I walk into my hotel with like a bunch of posters under my arm, and my wife, learned, that same weekend that I became a poster collector. And these posters have been living for almost 2 decades, in my office on this like brown, folder behind, a bookcase, and they have been my source of creativity. It's almost like my secret source of energy. They have been my Red Bull when I needed like something to think about, something that made me creative again. And I've been going back to them over and over and over. And now I'm so happy that they are all here, that you can see what I see in them, hopefully, and you're gonna get inspired, and get that energy that I get from them. So please enjoy, have a good time, and I'm here for any questions you may have. So thank you very much.